how do I feel about the pass rush? I feel like the Detroit Lions lack it. I do. Let's go back. I know we got all excited over the 7 sacks, then we had 5 sacks. So let's go back and look at who we played, shall we? We played Desmond Ridder. I'm not trying to take anything away from the Detroit Lions defensive line. They were solid that day. Desmond Ridder holds the ball probably just as long or longer than Carson Wentz, right? I'm also worried to death that Hutchinson goes down. We don't have anybody. Now let's go to the Green Bay Packer game. Jordan Love is not that good. He's not that good. Geno Smith, pretty good quarterback, decent, right? Couldn't get to him, got to him one time. Defensive line didn't get to him at all. Plus, he's a little bit mobile. Patrick Mahomes, the GOAT of running around, right? Didn't get to him at all. Then we go to Bryce Young, who is a rookie who got sacked one time by a defensive line that just got 7 sacks 2 weeks earlier and 5 the week before that. So the quarterback and the offensive line and the Carolina Panthers don't even have that stout of an offensive line. So what I want to see is more pass rush. You remember more cowbell from Saturday Night Live? I want more pass rush. Me personally, I want somebody opposite Aiden Hutchinson. I want somebody to close it in. I want Broderick Martin to get in the game and eat up the middle. That's what I want to see. You drafted a guy in the 3rd round as a project. Let him get some time. So I feel like our defensive line needs help for sure. I think we got kind of. I'm not going to say that the sacks were deceptive. I mean, we got 12 sacks in 2 games. That's like a feat. That's an accomplishment. I'm not trying to take anything away, but I'm saying the quarterback, the offensive line that we were up against has something to do with that. And I just pure closing in the pocket, I don't really think that we have that with this pass rush. I really don't. I think a lot of that was Desmond Ridder. A lot of that was Jordan Love being absolutely terrible. Plus, you didn't have some guys on the offensive line for the Green Bay Packers either. But then you get an offensive. Remember, we heard Seattle's offensive line was banged up. We heard that the Carolina Panthers offensive line was banged up, and they got to Jared Goff more than we got to Bryce Young. So I would say that we definitely need a pass rush, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Does Burns do enough, though? So now we're talking about Brian Burns. I'm afraid Hutch knee is loose after that hit. I hope not. AG is trying some new things against Seattle. He said that himself. Well, that was a dumb decision, Grit. Hey, we just beat the Chiefs. Let's try something new. Haha. Why would we do that? I don't understand. Would you rather have Crosby or Young or Burns? That is a great question, Eric. Okay, I made a video about this the other day. And if I had to pick, I'm going to pick Chase Young. I'm going to pick Chase Young because Chase Young, to me, is a pure edge rusher. Brian Burns, you drop him back, you rush him. I would take Chase Young's size. Max Crosby is a pipe dream. That dude is not getting out of his contract. He's not being traded. So if I had to pick, I'm going to pick Chase Young out of the 3. We don't have Levi. We don't have Pascal. They're not running. Broderick Hutch is carrying and needs help. I'll be watching. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, my man. Is Pascal still out? He's not on IR, but his 21. I'm glad you brought that up. Pascal's 21-day window open today. What if we are sellers at the trade deadline? That would be a tragedy. We have no pass rush. We just played a crappy offensive team. Who do we play in the Super Bowl? I'm going to say the Kansas City Chiefs. Chase Young is definitely swaying me more, says Joey. Who out this week? We'll know that at 4. Is it possible to get Young then? It is possible. Pascal was at practice today, actually. Really? Yeah, but they got the 21 days until they can to decide whether they want to put him to the active roster or what they're going to do from there. So I think that we need a pass rush, but that's just my thoughts.